Today on Lazer Update, we check out the transfer fair at Onondaga Community College. If you are preparing to transfer, you don't want to miss this.
Also meet Chuck Wilbur, OCC legend, and how his legacy was made at OCC. Those stories and more coming up on Lazer Update.
Hello everybody and welcome to today's Lazer Update. It is Tuesday, April 2nd. I'm Jacob Coleman and joining me today is my co-host, Casey Capilla.
Thanks, Jacob. Welcome to Lazer Update, and thank you for joining us today.
We begin today's show with the transfer fair. This event was held on March 6th in the Gordon Student Center Great Room. The transfer fair gives OCC students a chance to figure out if they want to transfer to another school after OCC, and if so, which school is the best fit for them.
While some students choose to go into the workforce, others want to continue their education after OCC. Earlier this semester, OCC held a transfer fair to help them transition to a four-year school.
My name is Dana Acey, and I'm the Director of Career and Transfer Services. So this event happens once a semester. We bring over 40 colleges to campus to talk to students. Most of them are from the local area or all over New York State, and we even have some colleges from out of state like Johnson C. Smith from North Carolina. So we want to connect students to institutions for them to transfer.
I'm looking at schools that offer Japanese studies as a major, which are only two SUNY schools, Binghamton and Albany. I do know that the schools that offer them, they know that a lot of students who take Japanese studies as a major tend to double major as well, so I'm going to ask them about that too.
The transfer fair was very informative for students that wanted to continue their education. For Lazer Update, I'm Liam White.
The transfer fair looked great. Many schools were there, including Cayuga College, Cortland State, Syracuse University, and many more. If you missed out on this year's transfer fair, you can go to sunyocc.edu/transfer-services anytime to find out more.
The Educational Opportunity Program, otherwise known as EOP, provides academic and financial support to help students succeed in college. Students selected to participate in this program have the potential and motivation to succeed. Here's Amani Udell with the director of EOP to explain the benefits of this program.
She's helped tons of students and guided students on the right path to success. Denise Valdez, who is an inspiration to those who know her.
My role here at OCC is the director of the Educational Opportunity Program. Here at OCC, we work with many wonderful students from all kinds of different backgrounds. Typically in EOP, right now, I'm happy to say a lot of our students come from the Syracuse City School District. A lot of them are our new citizens, which is really exciting for us because we want to help them acclimate to being new American citizens, and we want to be the place that they feel they can come to for anything that they need. My favorite part is the summer program. So the summer program is a mandatory preparatory program to give students just a little bit of a taste of what it's like to be a full-time college student.
Valdez hopes that the EOP program can keep students laser focused here at OCC.
Thanks, Amani. For more information, stop by the EOP office in Coulter Hall, room 222.
Back in December of 2023, my co-host here, Casey Capilla, was interviewed about what exactly he has for hobbies outside of his class. Our producer, Liam White, interviewed Casey about his love for Dungeons and Dragons.
Casey Capella might look like an average OCC student, but along with his studies, he spends hours playing a game that will celebrate its 50th anniversary next year. It's Dungeons and Dragons.
So I started playing Dungeons and Dragons the summer before 7th grade. I actually started playing it here at OCC, at the OCC College for Kids program. I'm a really big fan of elven wizards. I think that's an interesting kind of character to play. Dungeons and Dragons specifically, I'm really interested in how to make the most powerful character.
Every weekend, Casey embarks on epic quests where he and his pals team up for legendary adventures.
So I actually have two different groups. One meets on Saturday, and that's myself and my partner and two of my other friends. and then I have one that meets on Sunday, and that's the one I've been playing with since high school, more or less. There have been more kind of people added to that. It really depends on what the vibe of the kind of story we're trying to tell is. It's really, really fun, and it's had a profound impact on my life.
This year alone, Casey has played 4 different games with his friends. With endless adventures and a multitude of fun, it's safe to say that Casey is on a roll.
To this day, Casey still has great adventures and quests with his friends. You know, Casey, I didn't know you were that interested in Dungeons & Dragons. I feel like I learn something new about you almost every day.
Yeah, I honestly find D&D really fun, as you could tell in the interview.
That is truly awesome. Well, it's just about time to go to break, but before we go anywhere,
make sure you check out the Council of Clubs bi-weekly meeting next Wednesday, April 10th. The meeting will take place at Whitney Lecture Hall, room 301. At this meeting, you will learn what is happening on campus, discuss upcoming events, and much more. Stick around for more after the break.
Because I'm living on campus, I have easier time getting to my classes because it's literally right down the road. Each lounge has a full kitchen that you can use to cook your meals whenever you would like. All the dorms on OCC have a quiet hours, usually ranging from 10 p.m. to 9 a.m. If you really want to enjoy the first 2 years of college and meet good people, come to OCC. I think I've made some lifelong friends here.
What made me want to come to OCC is to see how the automotive program is, and it's a good affordable option. The entire campus, honestly, it's not what I expected. I haven't had any problems yet, but if I were to, depending on what the problem is, I'll go to the Student Help Center, or if it's a problem with my work, I'll go to a professor or the student help area. During my free time on OCC, I'll go find friends around campus, or I'll go catch up on my work in the library.
Why did I choose OCC? To be a better communicator.
To be an English teacher. To be a better environmental scientist. Why will you choose OCC?
Why will you choose OCC?
If you are a big music lover, then don't miss out on this upcoming OCC Wind Ensemble. This event will be on Thursday, April 4th at 12:20 Academic 2's Recital Hall.
the Music Performance Awards recital will be on Monday, April 8th at 7:30 p.m. It will also be held in Academic 2's Recital Hall. Make sure to not miss out. Welcome back, folks, to today's Lazer Update. I'm Jacob Coleman.
And I'm Casey Capella. In 2024, the impending presidential election is creating a stir on campus. Liam White is canvassing OCC to ask the campus community about their opinion of the upcoming election and who exactly they are leaning toward. Liam?
Thanks, guys. I'm Liam White with Lazer Focus, and today we're on campus, and we're going to be asking a few people, what do they think about the upcoming election?
I'm going to be supporting, at this point in time, Joe Biden. I think he's done a good job in trying to unify the country. Some good legislation has passed during his time. I know there's some serious problems.
So really what I would like is at the Democratic convention them to pick somebody else. But if it's Haley against Biden, I'm going to vote for Haley, though I don't usually vote ever for the major candidates.
I'm definitely not supporting Biden right now because he's definitely losing it with his cognition and stuff. And he's actually been funding the war that's going on in Israel and Gaza, which I think is really, really bad.
Well, there you have it. Now we have a few ideas of what people want for this upcoming presidential election. I'm Liam White. Back to you.
Thanks, Liam. I guess people already have a good idea of who they want to win the election. If you want additional information and to become more informed on this year's presidential candidates, scan the QR code at the bottom left side of your screen. This website will summarize the views of each candidate to help you decide who you will cast your vote for.
Shifting gears from politics to athletics, Liam White had a chance to sit down with former OCC lacrosse coach Chuck Wilbur, not only about what he is doing today, but what makes him what many like to call an OCC legend.
What are you taking?
For many students, Chuck Wilbur is just their student navigator for the School of Art, Design, Media, and Music. But when you really get to know him, he is much more.
What I do daily is just help support students that are coming through certain programs that I help work with. I'm just making sure that they have support services to make sure they're successful here. And then after when they leave here, I'll help support them finding their next home, whether it's a new university to finish their four-year degree, or maybe set up a opportunity for a job.
When you dive into Chuck Wilbur's past at OCC, you'll find that he has coached the men's lacrosse team for many years.
Yeah, so I started the program in 2001. Kind of built the program where it was just, it was off and on in the 80s and 90s, so we started it back up. And we were fortunate to have a lot of success after a few years of building it. 2006 we won the national championship, and then we went on to win 11 more after that. So had a great run at coaching here and enjoyed my time here coaching, and you know, those years with a lot of great times, and you know, obviously pretty impactful on a lot of young men.
For more proof of Chuck Wilbur's legacy, written behind me across the lacrosse field is Wilbur, officially naming this field Chuck Wilbur Field. I'm Liam White for Lazer Update. Back to you.
Thanks, Liam. It is quite amazing that he has won 11 national championships while coaching. That is just crazy and, quite honestly, unheard of. Now we have the privilege to be joined by Chuck Wilbur in our studio. Thanks, Chuck, for joining us here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks.
I got a couple of questions to ask you, if you're fine with that.
Sure.
All right, let's get right into it. So, Chuck, what challenges do you face to not only win one, not two, but 11 national NJCAA championships?
Yeah, so at the junior college ranks, every year there's a turnover. You get, you know, kids that you only have for one season, maybe two, but every year you're losing at least 50% of your team, maybe more. So it's always a challenge. You got to reinvent the team every year. You got to put in a new system. You got to add and retract, you know, new guys that are coming in and out. So it was always a challenge trying to put the team back together every fall, and that was the biggest, you know, as far as obstacle every year that we had to try to overcome.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to run a team, I don't think. When you were recruiting, what qualities did you look for in players?
Yeah, number one was talent. Obviously, you want to make sure you got a guy that we thought could play at a pretty high level. We recruited the kids that, for different reasons, why they didn't go to Division I, but we looked at a Division I lacrosse player that, for different reasons, they didn't make it there, whether it was a late bloomer or maybe they went from you know, grew up in a place that's not a hotbed of lacrosse, or maybe academically they had struggled in high school. So we went after that Division I recruit that may or may, you know, just didn't get looked at out of high school. So we thought maybe if he came here, got an opportunity here, maybe we can get him to a Division I school. So that was kind of our focus, of getting those high-level lacrosse players that are very talented, that just needed a second chance and maybe another opportunity.
Great. And then what are your impressions of having a field bearing your name here at OCC?
Yeah, that's humbling. I always have a tough time always even looking at it, because it's, you know, it's just, I just look at how many people have helped us build what we had, and it was my assistant coaches. It was so many players that came through the system. So although my name's on it, I kind of look at it as it was us that won it, and all those championships and all the success we had. And again, it's very humbling, and it's a little embarrassing every time I do see it.
What is your involvement in the sport of lacrosse today?
Yeah, so I currently coach over at CNS. My kids are growing up in the CNS district, so I go over there and help out and coach over there and stay involved in the game. And you know, I get reeled in, especially when, you know, you're watching your kids grow up and people ask you to continue coaching, and I continue doing that and helping my little ones who are growing up now, and stay involved and have fun doing it.
And finally, which championship of all of the 11 stands out the most to you?
Either the first or the last. The first was just, you know, the first time ever experiencing that, and it was, you know, I think you finally overcame so much and so many good teams that were in our way, and finally hitting that pinnacle. There's nothing like that. And I think the last, kind of knowing it was my last one, was sentimental, because I knew, you know, this was going to be my last season going into that year, and didn't really tell anybody, but I kind of knew it. And able to finish our run with the championship, I guess that was a nice storybook ending for, for all of us.
Thanks, Chuck. Local legend Chuck Wilbur has been quite an inspiration for many people, not only in the athletics department at OCC, but all across the campus. Before we go to break, have you seen the Netflix remake of Avatar: The Last Airbender? This phenomenal, breathtaking show was released this year, and the leading role was Gordon Cormier playing Aang. Alongside him as his co-stars are Kawentio Tarbell as Katara, Ian Ousley as Sokka, Dallas James Leo as Zuko, and many more. To check out the remake of Avatar: The Last Airbender, make sure you head to Netflix.
My major is mechanical engineering technology. Essentially, it's mostly just using like computer assisted programs and machine tools, heavy machinery. OCC for me, I think it's like a more tight-knit community. So it feels like you're communicating with people who want to be here, and they also are very like kind and courteous. So it's a nice space to be in.
Visit sunyocc.edu to learn what OCC could mean for you.
My favorite part of OCC is that probably everyone here treats everyone with respect. I feel like every time I talk to someone or interact with someone, that normally they treat you with a level of respect because you're going to college and because you have the interest of learning. They give out free counseling, they give out like a lot of events. Like you're not really bored on campus because you have clubs, you have events that you can normally do. The library is free. You can, like if you want to do a box of books, you can go to the library and grab a book. Most of the classes allow that.
I found that by going to OCC, it allowed me to enter in programs that would allow me to focus on like my personal life and my work. I think most professors here do want to see you succeed. All faculty here is definitely like more than happy to help, with any scheduling or future planning or, in regards to grades or anything like that. Like I find most professors are more than willing. I could realistically recommend anyone to attend.
Six days from now, make sure to go outside and put on your solar eclipse glasses. The solar eclipse is on April 8th. The partial eclipse begins at 2:09 p.m. and the total eclipse will be at 2:23 p.m. When viewing the eclipse, please make sure to put on your proper eye protection. Welcome back to Lazer Update. I'm Casey Capella.
And I'm Jacob Coleman. So far, we have met 11-time national championship coach Chuck Wilbur, as well as a few students at the OCC Transfer Fair.
For every Lazer Update, we like to end with a segment called Did You Know? In today's segment, our producer tells us about the history of Christmas, from the integral celebration to how the world currently celebrates the holiday season.
Around the world, a multitude of holidays are celebrated, such as Hanukkah, Easter, Thanksgiving, Kwanzaa, Las Posadas, and many more. These occasions hold immense significance, fostering a sense of unity among countries in their shared celebrations. These festive days contribute to a global sense of cohesion and completeness. However, you might be thinking, what about one of the most renowned holidays? And indeed, I missed one, Christmas. This day is dedicated to commemorating the birth of Jesus Christ. It's observed by 160 of the 195 countries on Earth on December 25th. Yet there's often more to Christmas that meets the eye. I'm Liam White, and did you know that Santa Claus comes in various forms around the world? The old folktale of Santa Claus traces back to the Dutch in the mid-16th century. As you can see behind me, the Dutch version of Santa Claus isn't vastly different from the American one, boasting the iconic red suit. The only distinction lies in the red mitre, with a centered cross and a red cloak, a subtle variation. Likewise, the Russian Santa shares similarities, donning a big red suit. However, his distinguishing features include a red crown and a coat slightly broader than the American Santa's. Speaking of American Santa, did you know that Coca-Cola played a pivotal role into shaping the iconic Santa in 1931? Seeking to boost sales, Coca-Cola stumbled upon a drawing of Santa with a Coke. This discovery gave birth to the iconic Santa Claus, complete with a red suit, white beard, big buckle, and an even bigger belly. Worldwide, Christmas is celebrated in diverse ways: twinkling lights, festive decorations, and a shared spirit of joy illuminate the sky, the night. As you can see, the world has their own ways of decorating for Christmas, which include Las Vegas, Nevada, in the US, Namba, Japan, Prague, Czech Republic, and Australia, with their crazy light shows. Holidays make us all come together. Now, when I say that, I don't just mean family and friends. I also mean people of different cultures, ethnicities, and skin. Like I said, holidays just have this magic that brings us all together. Just like in the First World War, when the French and German had an unofficial truce just because it was Christmas. For one night, Christmas Eve of 1914, they stopped fighting and made history. They put aside their hatred and anger for the other side. There was food, beer, and they even played soccer. Now, that is what I call a Christmas miracle. While staying in the past, let's jump to the year of 1931. A lot happened that year, just like the invention of the electric guitar made by George Beauchamp, or maybe even the release of the great oldie, Frankenstein. But the big thing that went down that year, the first time the Grand Rockefeller Christmas tree was put up. Now, even though that tree was only 20 feet tall, it was a huge start of a huge tradition. Did you know that this tree was actually put up by construction workers? They pulled up enough money to buy a tree, some lights, and a topper, along with some cranberries, paper garland, and tin cans. They put up the tree right in the middle of the construction site where the Rockefeller stands now, just for those cold, dark winter nights as the tree illuminates the site around them. This tradition has been going on for 92 years. As you probably know already, this traditional Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center has gone up from 20 feet all the way up to 100 feet. But the tree for this year is only 80 feet, 20 feet shorter than the record, but man is it still tall. Within this 92-year tradition, the Rockefeller Christmas tree has been featured in many movies like Autumn in New York, made in 2000. Home Alone 2, where Kevin is reunited with his mother at the Rockefeller Christmas tree, and the TV series Hawkeye, made in 2021, where they just knocked down the iconic Christmas tree. Christmas is full of wonders, and the history, it seems like it's endless. And now you know what Christmas is like around the world.
No, Liam, I did not know that. But like you said, now I know.
Thank you for joining us today. For future Lazer updates, remember to go onto the Onondaga Campus Connection YouTube page or scan the QR code below and watch Lazer updates daily at 5 p.m. I'm Jacob Coleman.
And I'm Casey Capella. From all of us here in the studio and behind the scenes, remember, stay laser focused and have a great day.